Hey everybody. Hey Annabeth. Hey Donna. We have oh my goodness. I have bee hair. I've had the beehive hat on. We've been in the bees. And I got a lot of bees. Let me turn my computer down. I know there's going to be an alarm that goes off as soon as I stop. See, I told you.
I didn't see nothing to hook it on.
All right. Okay, we're live.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. 11:52. I'm trying to get this off so it'll quit beeping. I'm gonna scoot over because I have a guest today. Come on.
Hair's all
Uh-oh,
messed up.
she disappeared on me.
Bee hair.
She's got bee hair too. So hey Peter, oh man King, how are you?
Hi Donna.
And Annabeth, if you don't know
I
Annabeth,
don't know Annabeth, I don't think.
she is a student. She's a very good supporter. Always supporting me. We went in the beehives and it's starting to get hot. Let's see.
It was a beautiful day for beehiving.
Yeah, and believe it or not, it says it's only 52
Or
degrees.
beekeeping, I should say.
Beekeeping. So we've done the beekeeping this morning. And we literally just took our suits off, got back in time to do this. Normally, y'all, I know it's Wednesday, but we went to the cows sale barn yesterday. And Will laid plans, you know what happens to them? They didn't go exactly the way I planned. Oh, Nightbot's here. Oh, yeah, y'all don't forget thumbs up. Um, so yeah,
Look,
my cat. The cat's wants in.
do you want me to let it in?
No, he's not allowed in here. He
It's
knows
gonna
it.
ruin your
He knows he's not allowed in
screen.
here. Get the cat is climbing up the front door. He wants in, but he's not allowed in. I don't do cats in my house.
I'm glad because I'm allergic to them.
See, she's allergic to them. So our main thing was this morning was getting in the bees and kind of doing a checkup, like a spring checkup. Kathy gave me a lot of good ideas, things that I need to look for, couple things I need to change, and if we can get a queen bee tomorrow or Saturday. Hey Claudette, nice to see you. Glad you're here. So if we can get a queen bee tomorrow or Saturday, Kathy's going to be here for a couple more days. We're going to split the hive because it has a lot of bees in it. And I did take some footage. She took some footage. So hopefully we got enough to show you guys. We didn't really take any honey. Yeah, Nightbot's being good today. I don't have too many instructions on him because I was just I don't know, it might be a she. But mainly he just reminds you guys to hit the thumbs up. So yeah, so we went in the bees. We didn't get stung. Kathy did get what was it? A splinter? It's like she raked her hand.
See how it's red right there?
Yeah, right there on her.
She had a ratchet. What are those things called?
Yeah, the ratchet where
ratchet strap. And I grabbed hold of the ratchet strap and I pulled the ratchet strap over. There was no bee on it, but there was pollen on it and a bee stinger. And I hit that bee stinger and it got me.
So it's kind of like she has a bee splinter. in her
Yeah.
hand,
Yeah.
and it is getting red, but um,
But it's not even bothering
she
you.
didn't she didn't yell or throw a fit or cry or boohoo or nothing. So
Hey, I've been stung. I think was it 9 times that one time I got
yeah,
stung.
you're supposed to build up a tolerance with bee stings. If you get stung, like not a lot at one time, but if you get stung the next time you get stung, it's like you eating the honey that has all the natural um, healing properties in it. Well, you know, it's kind of like build up a tolerance. And people who take allergy, now my daughter took allergy shots for a couple of years, and the things that she was allergic to was in that medicine that she got to help her build up an immunity. And then about 3 years later, she begged me to please don't make me take shots anymore. She hated them, absolutely hated
Well,
them.
you know,
Claudette says hi, Kathy.
hi Claudette. There's another a great reason why to not only um does the bees sting people who have arthritis and joint pain. It will People take those bees and sting themselves in certain areas of their hands or feet or back or whatever's hurting them, and it puts that venom in there and causes it to ease the pain.
Hmm.
So there is something in the venom that is good for you too.
Hey, Elise.
Hello, Elise.
Elise is my friend from Augusta. She's
Ah,
she we deal chickens and ducks. We met a few years ago, so it's nice to see one of my local friends too. So
and then with the bee honey and pollen, because you can also harvest the pollen. I don't know
hmm,
if you were aware of that.
yes,
You can you can harvest the pollen. The pollen helps with stimulation if you have problems with um uh low I don't want to say esteem, but you don't have a lot of energy. The bee pollen will help you with energy. It helped my grandfather when he was in stages of leukemia. He was able to have energy to be able to stay awake long enough to be able to talk to
and
somebody
you
and do
can
something.
order the bee pollen. I've seen it. You can order the bee pollen. I just didn't know what it was for.
Now, the bee honey is pollen and nectar that is transformed into honey. So you get a lot of benefits. And my son takes a tablespoon a day of my honey.
Really?
Yes.
Well, the new calf that I have, um, the the research that I did, and I asked the feed store that I go to if they knew about it, and or if it was just something on the internet. Because y'all know, if it's on the internet, everybody thinks it's good. I have been injecting honey, raw honey, in the calf's eyes, and it helps with pink eye. So I didn't know that until we had that, and her eyes are very clear now. As far as the pink, I still don't know about her sight. Claudette says, "Oh, Linda, I've been catching up on some of your videos, and I'm loving your content. Those baby puppies, goats, rescue goats are so amazing. Yeah, you're never bored here. We when we think that we're going to cut back, just doesn't happen. So, so Gummy, you're done with your appointment, so you're just listening today. Never bored. No, no. And I'm thinking I don't need anything else to do. And then I took in those couple of bunnies, and lo and behold, I had 6 bunnies. So
Oh, and I want to see them
she
too.
hasn't seen the bunnies yet. So for y'all don't know, Kathy her own channel is called Living Miracle Homestead, and she's been what you've been on almost 3 years. She's had a channel for almost somewhere around in there.
I've been watching
4 years,
YouTube.
maybe.
I've been watching YouTube since 16
2016. So
when I got cancer and everything was going through that, and then I about 4 years ago I went to Deep South gathering,
yeah,
and that's when I decided to go ahead and start my channel
yes,
and get it rolling. I mean, I
right,
already had a channel
right,
because you have to be able to comment and stuff like that.
right. and I will leave her link in my description box after we get off. I don't have anybody here that drops links today yet.
Oh, I
But
should have mine
yeah, cat. Guess what? My mod is sitting here. She usually
I
drops
can't read
links,
what they're saying, so
but
you have to tell me.
yeah, but she can't read that far away, so I'm
But
trying to
I'm
read it
gonna
for her.
open this.
So yeah, she's my mod. Gummy says I'm here till your live is old, and then I will pick up Turtle's bee venom forms from school for his EpiPen. Bees and allergies. Yes, her great grandson has allergies to bee stings. He had several last year, and it for some reason they go for his ears, and his ear would look like a cauliflower ear. And they finally got him tested, which is difficult for an autistic child that is nonverbal. Um, so they did the testing, and bees was one of the main things, and of course milk allergies, anything milk. So he had a lot of allergies. He has elf ears. Yeah, yeah, his little ears stick out, but they're cute little ears. But the bees love them. And when he would get a sting, of course, when you're dealing with a child with special needs, um, it's hard to explain to them what's happening.
Hi,
Hey,
Crafty
Crafty
Sue.
Sue, nice to see you. Say
I can read it
you're
now.
cheating. You got it right up under you. So yeah, we went for lunch this breakfast this morning. It's not lunch yet. I'm
I
having
ate the other part for my lunch.
she had the second part. I haven't had mine yet. But we went to Waffle House. So if y'all have never been to Waffle House, thank you, Claudette. Thumbs up, yes. Um, at least you're allergic to bee pollen, really. So it must be really hard to get outdoors for you. So we had breakfast and we've just been chatting and catching up and we've just really spending the day together. Um,
I should have gotten my lazy butt over here earlier to help you with this
she's been
doors.
here almost a week. And but in all fairness, she was going to come yesterday, but we had the sale barn, so we ended up taking one cow because the other three didn't want to have anything to do with the stock trailer, and no matter what we did, so now we've got to rig up something else to contain them a little closer to the stock trailer. But one of them went up in and he ended up being the biggest, so we was like, we got to go with,
Moose?
yeah. So we had to go with what we had. Um, we just can't control the cows any longer. They've torn up so many of our fencing, and it's too expensive to have to. Um, it's too expensive to have to repair it right now. Oh, Annabeth, you can drop links if you like.
Hi,
Uh,
Annabelle.
That's right. She's now, Annabeth,
Excuse me.
your family has a channel, and why can I remember what your channel name is for your family? Um, Tell me what it is again, if you will, and if you can drop the link, please do. Um, but let's see. I know because she started this. Uh, do you go to college or you're in high school still? So yes. Oh, that's why Elise says that's why she does ducks. Why does ducks bury their eggs? I don't know, but the duck eggs, when they're sitting on them, there are some of the dirtiest eggs because they bury them, and it must be some kind of thing for the incubating that while they sit on them, that the earth actually helps incubate them.
Yeah, I don't think they sit on them as many hours as the
As the
chickens do.
chickens, no. And but now a male drake will actually sit on the eggs
Mhm.
while the female leaves. I do know that. And chickens don't do that. The roosters, unless you have a silkie, maybe, because the male silkies will sit on anything. They're really great. But I don't know why they bury their eggs. But you think, as dirty as they are when they're in the nest, that there would be more bacteria, because that's the big thing about washing the bloom off the eggs. You don't want to do that, but they'll sit on those eggs and they just seem to be dirty. I don't know, but they're great. I mean, the hatch rate for duck eggs out in the wild is really good. So I don't know. I have no idea why that is. So today I've already put a message in for my local bee apiary, and I'm looking for a queen. If we can get the queen, we can split the hive. Um, I do have some extra hive that I can use, so we're going to be painting the extra hive this afternoon, so that it'll be ready tomorrow. So I have everything I need to split except for the queen. So, but and you'll see in the film that the footage we were able to get, how many bees are in that hive up there. And there is a lot of honey, but there's a lot of brood hatching, and we really just want to split it so they have more room. And you know, we don't want them to swarm, because that's what happened to the one of my hives last year. It swarmed and I lost it. So yeah. Let's see, Annabeth. Prepped for Eternity Homestead. That's your family. Oh my gosh. I've been interacting with them and I'm thinking, I know which one is your family's channel. Yes, I love that channel.
Now, is she in here in Georgia? You said.
No, you're not in Georgia, are you? Um,
Which lady was in Georgia? You said mentioned.
Not for nothing Homestead. She's
Oh,
the
okay.
one that has the puppies. So she took the last two puppies. Um, and Not for Nothing Homestead is in, yeah, Annabeth is in Alabama. I knew she was close. Um, so they have the puppies. They're the only channel that actually has some of my puppies. Everyone else that took some don't have a channel. But so we can at least watch them grow. And my local feed store. Did you notice yesterday they had a puppy up there behind the counter? That's one of my
No, I didn't
puppies.
pay attention.
They named him Kevin Bacon.
There she goes again.
Oh my gosh, that cat. It's gonna mess up my screen door. Um, I don't have a bottle to spray water on it. They don't like water, but
What's this?
it's dish soap.
It ain't gonna hurt it, is it?
No, won't hurt them. She won't like it. But I don't do cats. I've had them in the house before, and they shredded my curtains because they love sheer curtains for some reason. But that's been many years
That
ago. I mean, like 30 years ago, a long time.
that kitten you gave me to take home. Lance fell in love with. Take it home to David. Oh my word, he he is in everything,
Mm,
and he gives attitude every time David
every
stays
10.
down in Cocoa instead of
Oh my
going home.
gosh. Hey, Butterfly Meadows home. Hey, Dorinda, how are you doing? How's your weather? Um, we're good. Been in the beehives all morning. Well, a couple hours. When you got a suit on, that's enough. Definitely. Crafty Sue.
As cool as my suit was, it's still heavy.
She has her suit has it's like mesh all over, and mine is more like duck cloth canvas. So I have, well, except for the veil, it's net, but the suit itself is hot. Um, let's see. Oh, ducks have a natural instinct to bury their eggs to protect them from predators. Thank you, Crafty Sue. That's good. Um, yeah, I knew when it says sucks that you meant ducks. It's like, sometimes you just can't control the auto correct. It puts what it thinks you want to say, but sometimes it doesn't. So I've learned to read everything that I do, because it's like I didn't even say anything close to that.
We have this joke in our family and around with my friends. We say, I need to make an app so that my phone knows hillbilly redneck
That's right.
language.
It doesn't speak deep south language for sure. You need something that has all the little sayings. And y'all hear the rooster? He hears me talking and he thinks I'm talking to him. Nice today, Butterfly Meadow says. Hubby is out cutting up trees. The wind blew down. Oh my goodness. I hope it didn't blow it down on something that was vital.
I believe you,
Sue
crafty
says
Sue.
my phone has a mind of its own. Yes,
I
it
believe
has
you.
one mind. It might have two or three minds because it doesn't. Sometimes it's
It's
nice
bipolar.
language, bipolar. Sometimes it's nice language that it's filling in for you, and sometimes it's not so nice language. So yeah, you got to
And
keep it family friendly.
sometimes I don't pay attention to what I say to it, and I hit send, and I realize I've sent something crazy.
Elise says, since I changed up the feed for the ducks and chickens, I'm getting lots of eggs. Okay, tell us what you did. I know we had suggestions, Elise. Tell us what you actually ended up mixing and doing with your feed. Because she was getting no eggs. She was having a terrible time. There's a lot of people who was buying Tractor Supply. Um, I don't know if it was just them, but there was a lot of people having problems with laying their not getting eggs.
Personally, I don't always buy into that kind of propaganda because we don't know,
Mm-mm.
and I really would never want somebody to get
And the circumstances are all different. So
um harassed over something like that. But um it is a very close incident. But we can all say that our chickens don't lay as good in the winter.
no, they
And
don't.
if they're not molting, if they're molting at the same time, they're not going to lay either.
Right. Hey, Danny, nice to see you.
They got to get a good mind to do their business.
To do their business, Annabelle says we have 6 chicks that hatched from incubators. 7 are about to hatch. Oh, congratulations!
But we have been buying our food from the same place that you get your food,
Yeah,
and I have not had any issues
yeah,
with mine not laying. I mean, they did have like 3 or 4 weeks there where they had gone down to not laying, but my baby chicks were not old enough to lay yet.
right,
As soon as they
right.
came in, I'm getting 9 eggs for 9 chickens
That's, I mean, that's
a day.
unheard of almost. But yeah, so those are that came in that don't know Kathy. This is Kathy from Living Miracle Homestead. She's from Florida.
Oh, and one of my
Oh,
buffs is sick is 4 years old,
a
4 or
buff,
5 years
the
old.
Buff Orpington.
Yeah,
Now I've had chickens. Gummy's had some of her chickens were 6 and 7 years old,
and
and they
she's
were
still
still
laying
laying.
eggs
They were
every
still
day.
laying. And usually after 5 years, they start cutting down, and if there are 365 days, you get an egg, they'll start, only giving you 5 a week. And as they get older, yes, they do. But they're born with an egg cluster in their body, which
Hmm.
is, it's predetermined already how many eggs they're going to lay in their lifetime. And when those uh, egg yolks are gone, then they quit laying. So
Hmm.
they don't have any control. And, if the weather slows them down, or if, like this really bad uh, cold, we had some really bad cold nights. And yeah, any kind of stress will slow them down. It just means that they'll lay a little bit longer, but it's not because they have any extra eggs. So those who have never had chickens, I learned this. I went to poultry class, believe it or not. Even though I was raised on a farm, I really didn't know what I should have
All
known.
the science behind
I
it.
didn't know any of that. So yeah. Let's see. Okay, Elise says she mixed corn, millet, chicken pellets, black sunflower seeds. That's what you can think of. And yeah, I added the kitty kibble to mine.
Yes, a lot of people do that. See,
And
I thought about doing that, but then all mine started laying at one time, and I'm like, hallelujah.
so you didn't need to.
But see, I don't feed mine. I've never just fed mine. Um,
Pellets, straight
no
pellets,
layer food.
layer food.
I
Yeah.
don't ever feed them pellets because for some reason my chickens don't like that, and I think it's because they're so big and it's hot in Florida.
Oh yeah.
So they don't get a chance to digest like they do when where it's somewhere
Yeah.
cooler. But the funny thing is I feed mine a lot of spent produce.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, That's probably why they don't like the
And I
layer
pull
food.
weeds.
And she pulls weeds. They got weeds.
I grow weeds just to pull
So
for
yeah,
them.
that's a good that ended up being a good combination, Elise. But that is definitely, and if they don't eat the sunflower seeds, and if it rains, they will sprout, so that it still feeds them later. So it still works. Annabeth says our chickens are given 5 to 7 eggs a day. That's good.
Some people do sunflower seeds or rye and they sprout those because the nutrients from a sprout is more, and I don't understand the science. God makes things strange, but the science of that sprout is so much more nutritious than the seed itself.
Yeah. And I guess that's why those who do fermented food,
Mhm.
why fermented food is so good for them. And I have done it, but I have too many chickens to
It's
do
just
it
too
right
much
now.
trouble for me.
I just, if I only had a flock of 10, 15, or even 20, but I've got a couple hundred chickens, and I just, I can't do that. Let's see. Gummy says the white turkey was that old and she still laid eggs. Oh my gosh, y'all,
Mm.
I have never told the story about Donna's white turkey. Her grandson was living with them, and this this chick was walking on the sidewalk. It came from somewhere, so they adopted this little chick, and as it got started getting older, they're like, I don't think that's a chicken, and it ended up being a turkey. It was a baby turkey, and they raised this thing. It was a pet. It was a pet, and so they had it for quite a while, but it was an abandoned chick, they thought, but it ended up being a white turkey, and it grew up to be really pretty. Let's see, what am I missing? Annabeth says um something. Oh, she want to know what I'm doing with Bailey. What I, I will make sure that she has no health issues. We have a younger heifer calf that we're going to put her with that one as soon as we, you know, she's still stumbling around, so we don't know if she's got some sight issues. Even if she does, we'll still put her with a little calf and its mama. um, our plan is there will be no bulls or steers on the property. As soon as we can talk them into walking into the stock trailer, we got one more Wednesday, next Wednesday, to try to get those other three
Have you
to the
thought about
sale barn. Have start by.
have you thought about putting the trailer in there and putting
Yes,
the hay in it so they
yes,
could get up there and
but they'll beat up your truck while it's in there.
oh well
Oh yeah, they'll tear up your truck. They'll tear they'll tear
the trailer up.
they'll not the trailer, they'll tear your mirrors off your truck because you have to
Oh, you
keep it
can't
hooked
leave.
up.
Oh, okay.
You have to keep it hooked up or it'll tip. But yes, that is one of the choices of putting the we have an old farm truck, and that's probably we'll have to do that. But it's been so wet that it's still mushy back there. That's the only problem. Once you get 2,000 pounds of cow in it and try to come across that mud, then we're in a bigger problem because then
You don't want them to get
we can't get
overheated.
it back out. So we'll get there. Let's see. I saw something. Somebody asked me another question. Elise says she does fresh grass cuts. Oh yeah, mine love it too. When I cut on the lawnmower, I always try to cut close to the fence, and I work it towards the fence, and so it'll just spew it all in their pen, and they go nuts. And there's bugs in it too, when you do that. So yeah, they love the fresh greens, and
I love picking chicory
yeah,
and um purslane and all that kind of stuff for them.
just throw it
They
over
just
there.
absolutely love it.
And the rabbits love it too. So
Yes.
yeah, they love it. Um, but let's see. Oh, Gummy says I noticed Nona Grace that she gets a lot of eggs, and even in the snow, maybe she has a secret food. She could. Nona Grace lives. Um, she is from the craft channels. So if you have not seen her channel yet, we found her on our craft channel, and she's a really sweet lady, and She does
Little
daily
Wendy's Acres Farm.
devotionals. Yes, Little Wendy's. Let's see.
No, Wendy's Acres Farm.
Oh, Windy Acres. Okay. I'm okay. I went down. Hey, Windy Acres. I thought she was telling about my craft channel, Little Wendy's Daydreaming. So yeah. But yeah, y'all don't forget. Oh, Prep for Eternity
Oh, I
Homestead.
missed that one.
Hello. That's Annabeth's family. Very nice. Now it took me forever. Y'all, I used to keep a
Cheap.
cheap sheet um on the channels and what their names were, because some of them, their names are not in the name itself. And I'm trying to remember all of these names, and oh my gosh, it's the hardest thing. I'm not the only one that keeps those logs, y'all. But it's like I can't remember. uh and it does confuse people, Little Wendy's Daydreaming, because those who don't know about this channel, they'll call me Wendy, which was a nickname anyway, so I guess it's still my name. But and then they're like, hey, I didn't realize you had two channels. I just saw you on the other channel. So yeah. But so how's it in Alabama, Danny? You're in Alabama too. Annabeth's in Alabama. That's like a rivalry state for us. Well, I don't get in football, but my kids do. They're into all of that stuff. But when football is on, I'll be in the room, but I'm not involved in it. I'll be listening to a book or reading a book or doing crochet or doing cross stitch, or I have my own stuff going on. So yeah. But bees, I just I just love them. If y'all have never had bees, I just
They're
really do.
amazing. I love to just pull the frame out and see how they're moving around. And we
Mhm.
got some. I got. I'll have to send you some of that
Hey, Wickershaw
footage of them
Project.
chewing their way out of there.
Oh yeah, we actually got it on film where a couple, one of them was a drone, and I think one of them probably was a worker bee, but we got it where they were actually chewing their way out and hatching. I've never seen bees hatch. So hopefully she got that on her camera. So hopefully we got it so we can share that in a video. But I'm sure. uh let's see. Wickershire says, like button, please. Yes, thank you. That's so nice. Y'all are always so nice about doing that.
I told you I fell yesterday.
You fell? She
Coming
fell
out,
yesterday.
coming out of looking at that property, so I'm really sore on
Oh,
that side.
yeah, she's been up here in our neck of the woods looking for some land property. Um, so she might end up being a Georgia native one day. Um, but it's a long process looking for land. I remember when we were looking for this acreage, I looked, and every town I looked in, I would have to go further and further out because either the land was so expensive that you couldn't afford it, or it had such a huge house on it, and I wanted just a small little place, and I didn't want a lot of work. So I wanted to keep a few animals, and y'all laugh at me for that because I have more than a few animals. A lot more. Um, what is moderators unflagged? What does that mean? What did I
What?
I'm tech challenged now. So you
And
have
I'm not, even though I'm a moderator, I'm not able to moderate on my phone.
Oh, you're not?
I don't. It's too much
Too much work?
for me.
It's too
I'm
much
not tech
work.
savvy either.
Oh,
I could do it on
a
my
blue
computer in
wrench.
a
Yeah,
heartbeat, but
blue wrench names. Um, but yeah, I just don't know. Um, I have a few moderators, but some that I don't know.
Well, it's not personally, it's not good to have a whole lot of moderators because
Yes, pick people you trust.
um
Yeah, and yeah,
pick people that are on your lives that know the people that come in
right,
and know what's acceptable for you and what's not. Because I've seen on lives a new person comes in and they're pulling things that are said by certain people
right.
that are harmless
Yeah.
and they don't mean what they think they mean.
And I definitely don't tolerate drama. I'm not a drama inflicting person.
Like we're talking about bees, and we could be talking about mating bees and all kinds of things, mating animals or anything like that. And if somebody popped in and they didn't come into the conversation, they could flag somebody and kick them off, and
Yes.
for
Yeah,
just catching a comment that has nothing to do with what we're saying at the moment.
right.
Because
You're right, Claudette. Moderators do have a lot of control,
yes,
and I mean, it's got to
and
be,
moderators have hurt channels.
and they have heard, and I have heard that too. So you kind of have to be careful. Now, I do know some that they make everybody a moderator so they can drop their own link. But if you have good moderators, they'll drop the links of those who come in, and they can control that for you. And they can also control those bots that come in and say nasty things, so they can get rid of those pretty quick.
Mhm.
Most of the time, I don't even see them. The moderators catch them before I really see them. So yes. Oh, you're planting soon, going through the seed packets for the cooler weather crops. Yeah, definitely it is time. And I'm thinking, isn't it at Easter, just before Easter, you have
Thank you,
another cold
Annabeth.
snap? Yes. Um, I'm watching for any spams and bad comments in the chat. Yes, thank you. That's what your moderators are. You don't have to monitor your moderators unless you see an issue that's going on. But I don't have any like that. My moderators are not like that, and I know them well enough that I feel confident. The Wickershire Project Off Grid, where are you? My dad enjoys watching your channel. um yeah, please share that. um Elise says, and they can take your videos and say that is them. Oh yeah, they can steal your videos. Yeah, definitely. So you have to kind of, and it's like anything else. If it's any kind of social media, occasionally you need to go through and kind of clean out anything, like if you've got somebody who's a moderator that doesn't even have a, doesn't even get involved in live streams anymore, or they have health issues, just go ahead and unmoderate them. Go ahead and clean it up and tighten it up, um, because you really don't need a lot of, you know, you, you can't let them run your life for you. Let's see, Wickershire says we're a mess. Your poor dad. Yeah, in Tennessee, Benton County zone 7A.
Oh,
Uh, yeah, I don't know where Benton County is, but 7A is can't be that close.
it's
Well,
got to be
we're
in North
8.
Tennessee, right?
I'm in 8. Is it in is it in North Tennessee or East Tennessee? I'm not sure. You can tell I don't know.
It should.
Don't.
It's either in North or South, because
Yeah. But the weather, let's see, Annabeth says they're going to be playing again. They're in 8B. Yes, you're in the same
between
zone. We're
Nashville
in
and
8B.
Jackson, near the river to the west. So that's probably like
Oh,
central.
that's, yeah, Nashville. Yeah, yeah, that's a really pretty area up there. Butterfly, Dorinda, your video stuck.
I go through that area when we go to Kentucky for the picnic in September.
Yes, yeah. For those who don't know about the picnic now, September, always in September, is like the second week
Mhm.
usually,
Second weekend of September.
and it's in the Grand Rivers area. We went up once. I didn't get to go the last time. I've got too much going on. I got to finish what my projects here. But so it's really a nice, and it's a 1 day picnic. If you live close enough you can drive, you don't even have to get a motel. And usually there's specials with a local motel that we usually get a rate break.
But we're looking into a new motel this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah. So, but
we're
I mean,
hoping.
it's really beautiful country up there, and it's in this, I mean, really nice park area, and it's real nice. It's not as crowded as some of the other lakes and gathering places, parks, and it's not really crowded.
Well, Teresa at Stringfield Ridge Farm, she got it started, and she talked to the Grand Rivers,
Oh, thanks for coming by, Peter. He's got to leave. Have a good day.
the Grand Rivers Park, and we get it for free every year.
Oh,
So that's why we have it at that park, and it's really
it's really
it's
convenient.
it's really nice. And
Yeah.
we can cook there. We have all the stuff. All we have to do is make sure it's cleaned up when we leave.
Yeah. Uh,
And I think that's awesome.
yeah. Oh,
They don't
yeah.
have to do that,
They don't
but
have
they
to
want
do
you to
that.
book in advance.
Wickershire said if the video sticks, just refresh on the live on
Hello,
your
Papa's
phone.
Kitchen.
It's rolling good here. Okay, good. Hey, Papa's Kitchen. Nice to see you. Um, let's see. Wickershire says we're all for raising hand raising chicks. The hens are sweet. They really have better personalities, demeanors if you hand raise them. They need to be overprotective, and we're weary of them. Yeah, now I've never had any. I have some that will shy away from me, but none. I did have one that tried to flog me once, and he doesn't live here any longer. Let's just put it that way. Uh, so yeah, let's see. Danny says it's really nice. I'm looking forward to it this year. Oh, I know I missed it, Danny. I didn't get to meet you this year. So hopefully I'll get to go next year. If we can get back in our farmhouse and get the most of this remodeling done, then we'll be able to take a couple of days off. Annabeth says my parents will be live tonight, 8 p.m. In case anyone's interested. Thank you for sharing that, Annabeth. Um, Annabeth says my sister just moved from there 2 years ago. They love it up there and hope to move up there again. Um, Danny says, I've had to get rid of a few roosters myself. Yeah, it's either stew pot, a new address, and whatever it takes. Because if once they start chasing you and flogging you, um, they don't change.
Mhm.
They don't change at all.
And if
Um,
they're ever nasty to a child, they'll hurt a child.
yeah, aggressive rooster plus the leaf rake defense shield. Yeah, I've used the leaf rake, I've used the water hose, and you can't just wave your arms and scare them. You've got to do something else to deter them. Danny, I love a mean rooster. I dislike raccoons and possums. Yes, I'm afraid most chicks hatch are roosters. I'm afraid most of the chicks we hatched are roosters. Well, in a couple of weeks you'll be able to tell more. I know there's several ways to guess at uh, trying to figure out uh, what they are, but a lot of it just doesn't work, and you really have to have a good eye. And it doesn't. Elise has frizzles. Elise got her frizzles from me,
Aw.
and they are the cutest things. They really are, and they're more of a show chicken. Um, all my frizzles were. I did have a couple of big ones, I guess, but they really are. They really are pretty. The frizzles. Um, yeah, we still have a very large coyote in the woods. My son's trying to get rid of it, so he's working on ideas on getting. He got with a farmer or he got some advice from a local farmer that had a problem. So we're trying to get rid of it, and because we have too many babies around here, he's had three more baby goats. So he's got 11 baby goats down there that are getting ready to to sell, take to the market, whatever he's going to do. But he's got too many babies, and that coyote is staying right down there where they're at, waiting to pick them off.
Well, my friend doesn't live far from here either, 15-minute drive,
Hmm.
and there was a pack of them at least 10 were in this pack, and I would say more
Yeah,
the other night.
and they can devastate a farm. They can devastate a farm with goats, adult goats. You worry about wild dogs or a pack of dogs, but those wolves and those coyotes. This one reminds me of a wolf, but everybody that's seen the picture agrees that it's a coyote, but it's huge. I mean, it's really huge. So
Well, we've
who
been
knows?
talking about them too, me and Mike said that what they're doing is they're hooking up with uh, people's dogs that are out roaming around or stray dogs,
Right.
and then they have no fear of people. Coyotes used to be afraid of people and they would take off when they would see people. These don't do that anymore.
Yeah, the one that tried
They're
to drag
aggressive.
off my adult goat, he missed. He dropped it. Well, as a fainter. He dropped it. He went about 50 feet and turned around to wait to see if he had another chance at grabbing it. So he wasn't leaving. He was going to stay there and see if he could have just enough time to go back up there and get it. So yes. Let's see, Wickershire Project. Hands down the best, sweetest birds I've owned has to be the golden comets. Yes, I love the golden comets. My cinnamon queens, and I had golden comets and cinnamon queens, and they really have a good demeanor. Now I have mixed birds with them, and they make the cutest chicks. I love barnyard mixes. They don't
Yeah.
have to be purebred, but Kathy's got some of mine that I gave her a few months ago. I guess before Christmas. Um, Probably one of my last hatches before winter, and she probably still has some of those.
All
Um,
of them.
you got
They're
them
all
all. They're the ones that are laying now.
that's ones that
They're the
are
ones that
laying.
are laying. So they make some of the cutest, and I love mixing with the golden comets and the cinnamon queens. Um, and I have white, not Rhode Island reds. I have the white red Rhode Islands, and they are very calm chickens.
I
Very
want to
calm.
get some chickens that lay those bronze color eggs.
Oh, those are Morans or Marans, yeah, and I have some of their mixes, and I do have some of the black and white, the blue Morans, but my eggs aren't the dark chocolate like people say. They're not that dark. So, um, but they are good layers, and they're gentle hens. They're very good layers.
I like the thicker eggs.
Wickershire says my cinnamon queens will let us touch them, hand raised. Yeah, mine will too. And if I go in there, I have some that are separated that I'm breeding, and if I go in, they'll stand there, and I usually don't even use a net. I'll just reach over and you know put my hands around their back legs, and they don't try to kill me. Trying to get away. But yeah, I love those breeds, and I had the Starlights or Starlinks or something, and it's an off breed of the cinnamon queens where they've been mixed. But I tell you, I will not have a white leghorn. They tried to attack me. They're flighty. They they're just not friendly birds, but they lay a beautiful egg. But you know, I guess that's okay if you don't want to be around your chickens and interact with them. But I couldn't deal with them, so I got rid of all of them.
I love my silkies too, but man, I'm telling you something. You get a silky rooster that starts being ugly, he don't stop. He just gets worser and worser.
They're very protective. So let's see. Oh yeah, Wickershire says I will never own another leghorn as long as I live. I agree totally. At least not a rooster. There's a mean, and then there's killers. I'm not a fast runner anymore. I'm not a fast runner at all. But I definitely, it's like they'll call me and say, "Oh, do you have any white leghorns? We want purebred white leghorns." And I said, "Well, you need to get them from the hatchery because I won't ever have them. I've had them before and I didn't like raising them. And, you know, I've raised a lot and I love the Orpingtons. So my
Yeah,
main
me too.
flock is the lavender Orpingtons and the buff Orpingtons. And I mix the buff with um with an Easter egg or rooster and they make the most beautiful little chicks. I mean, they really do. So I'll do those. And Easter eggers are generally very tame also. And so yeah, there's something to say about mixed breeds. But boy, if you get a mean one, I can't do them. The Wickershire Project says we have buff Orpingtons and they are the best layers and very docile. Yes, definitely agree, Annabeth. Um,
And their males, the roosters are not that aggressive either.
mm-mm,
The
no.
Orpington's really pretty gentle birds.
And the one aggressive rooster that I had was a bantam. He was the worst. I guess that
Yes.
they have to, I guess because they're little, but he was a mix between an old English and something else, and he was beautiful. Ooh, he was a mean little thing. No, I couldn't take it. But then I had one that I think I got from Elise, and he was so gentle. Um, he was just, so it might be what they're crossed with, but woo, he was mean. So can't do those. Uh, Anna agreed with you, and they had the fluffy butts. Yes, we had Rhode Island Reds and Barred Rocks. Now my Barred Rocks are good natured also, and they are excellent. They'll go broody when you want them to, and they get nice big hens, nice big ones. So I like those too. I like the Dominiques, some of the heritage brands, the breeds. They've been around for so long. So yeah. What did Annabeth say? My mom and sister literally got chased by a white leghorn rooster. We like the hens. They're great layers. Yeah, they're good layers.
And a lot of people go for the neck and necks.
Oh, the naked necks are
I don't,
crazy.
I don't, I don't care for them.
She brought me a
They freak
naked
me
neck
out.
rooster, and I did end up rehoming him because none of my hens liked him.
They're trying to give us another one, but I'm not. Nah.
No, but he was just so, people kind of freak out about those naked necks. It's like, oh, they're so weird. And if you've ever touched one without the feathers, they're really hot. They have really hot skin. So yeah, but no. So there's some breeds that I would really like. I've always wanted uh the Sussex. I've always wanted to try one of those breeds. Now the Brahmas, they're just too big for most of my, their chicks are big, so I just really can't mix them with the Easter eggers and the little lavenders. When they're born, their chicks are twice the size. Now let me tell you something that's honoring is those dadgum turkeys that my husband ordered. We ended up losing one out of the 20, and every time I stick my hand in there, they try to peck the skin off my fingers. So they're going out into we call it the little chick run. They're getting demoted and they're leaving the brooder. We got one more cold spell that's going to get down to 37, but they are definitely, they're getting demoted this weekend, I'm sure. Whoop, sorry, door shut. Didn't mean that. Missing
Sorry.
some. I'm losing some of my chat here. I'm trying to catch up. Somehow I've lost my chat. Um, I don't know why. Charles has natural wild brooding bantams. We rescued 12 of them last year and kept them. And they are small. Yes. Oh, Claudette says hello, Living
But they,
Miracle. Yeah.
hi Claudette. The bantams lay such smaller eggs that it's not like, and they eat just as much as the Orpingtons. I'd rather have the
Yeah.
Orpingtons because if you end up needing to eat the chicken, You want some meat
You
on it.
want some meat instead of just bones, skin and
And
bones.
I don't do silkies at all anymore because if I do tar- decide to eat some chickens, I want to make sure that I don't have that black meat that tastes funny.
Yeah,
It's
tastes
so
diff
greasy.
it tastes different.
It's
Yeah.
so greasy and it puts this black film on the outside and it's just it kind of grosses me out.
Oh, Annabeth says she wants some more Easter egg or chickens. If you live close, I got them. You never know.
Yes, I
It,
need some more too.
but yeah, I got them.
I
Let's
need to get some
see.
from you before I go home.
Yeah, when she comes up here, she takes a truckload of stuff between the feed store because she buys her feeds at the my feed store, and so she does all kinds of stuff while she's up here.
And I bought all the rest of their clay pots too because at home they're um they're like uh anywhere from $10 to $20 more a pot.
Yeah, those nice big clay pots. Hey, how are you doing, Ginger? Not for nothing. How's my puppies? I keep watching them, and they're just getting so cute, aren't they? Their little personalities. If y'all haven't seen, go over and watch the puppies. If you watch nothing else, Ginger does a lot, especially she does cooking too. But if you see those two puppies and they're rolling around, and it's like King of the Hill, which one wins? But they're getting such cute personalities. I do miss them. Their mama misses them. But I'm so busy with all the other babies, then I guess I don't know what I would do if I had the puppies to deal with too. Because I don't know if there's enough hours in the day for everything I'm supposed to be doing. Wickershaw says the bantams tear up the bug population, nowhere to hide. If you have 6, 8, or a million legs. Yeah, they do. I love to see your chickens free ranging. Um, they're healthier, they eat better, your eggs taste better. Yes, they need to free range. But when you have a lot of predators, sometimes it just doesn't work out. And like if you're living in the
And
city,
you're
it just doesn't.
inviting predators.
Then you're inviting predators to come. I live more rural than Kathy does, but she still has possums and raccoons that get on her property.
Well, and I also have to keep um mine caged now because they were I grow rare fruit, tropical fruit in my place at my place, and I live in the city, and they they'll dig up a tree in a heartbeat looking
Mm,
for worms and
bugs,
stuff. Because
yes.
I have a lot of beautiful earthworms, and they love them. So, but they'll they'll hop the fence in a heartbeat, and I don't want dogs and stuff to kill them.
No. Have y'all ever found that? Now I've got some big old grub worms. Some of my chickens are afraid of the grub worms. They like the earthworms, but some of them won't eat the grubs. And you throw them to them, and they look at you like, "I'm not eating that." So I've noticed some of them are like that. Let's see, free range, 1/3 of the feed cost. Yes, bring on spring and summer because I mean I have to take turns letting the pins out so that everybody gets a chance. And I mean, they'll do your landscaping for you. I don't have anything here like flowers, that I need to worry about.
And I do.
And she has lots and lots of flowers, plus the
Plus, I
all of
try to grow the weeds for them too.
yeah, she
So
has certain weeds that she
if you
actually
don't,
grows.
I grow it for the
BGS Dooley, hey, how are you? I'm the guy who bought
brought.
I'm the guy who brought you Angel. Oh, really? Angel, she is doing great. If y'all don't know, Angel is my pig. Um, yes. So she came like 2 years ago. This young man brought her, and she absolutely loves. And she still, you'll go out there and you can call her, ask her if she wants a back rub or a belly rub, and she'll flop down. She's only one of the pigs that will. I still have all three of them. And she's getting pretty big, though. She's dragging the ground, and I hope she's not expecting little piglets. But it's always a possibility. But she is doing great. And she does have her own playlist. So anybody who wants to see the pigs, they have their own playlist. And but yes, she's doing great. But Kathy has actually, I went out there before and called her, and she'll just flop over, and as long as you're scratching her belly, scratching her head, uh, she's really sweet. So yeah, don't forget to look at the playlist and see her. But she still lives with the goats. They live with the goats, chickens, ducks, whatever, dogs, whatever is in that pen over there. So yeah, it's above the red hand. There you go. She's trying to open the door. The wind, we got a nice little breeze today, and we're in the camper. So after we got done playing in the bees, that's where we ended up. Elise says, I have fox and raccoons and possums. Yes, whenever you have chickens, those are the three things that generally will come to see you. The chickens don't eat earthworms either. Oh, yours don't either, Annabeth? They just look at it like, I can throw one over there, and if it hits the chicken in the head with it, they're like, you know, what is that thing? But if you put a live mouse in front of them, they'll tear it up. Mine will swallow a whole mouse. Those hens will. I didn't believe it until I saw it one
Sometimes I
time.
dig earthworms for mine.
Wickershire says, speaking of that, doing leaf mold here. Oh, you are. I lack forms of nitrogen. My plans are to pellet feed them in the leaf pile compost section, and then let them scratch and break them down for us, and add manure. Yeah. Hey, chickens are great at doing that. I have the highway department or the road department did a lot of trimming trees here last year, and they gave me 3 dump truck loads of all of the mulch and stuff, and it's still decaying, and the chickens love to go to that pile and start digging because there's all kinds of good stuff in there, all kinds. No, Gummy Doolittle, we do not need baby piggies, but it's possible. It's possible, but if there's any out there, it would be Angel because she's the only female. But and our other mini pig, one of them is fixed, and one of the other potbellies is fixed. But there's one that is not, but we don't know if he's interested or not. But there is always a possibility on a farm. You just don't think that it's not. Just like when I took in those 2 bunnies.
It's not rolling.
I rolled it back.
Oh, okay.
I let's see. I was trying to catch up on my. I
Sorry.
have the mouse in my left hand, and she can't see it. It's over behind me.
She's hiding things.
I'm
from
hiding
me.
things. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Thankfully,
Somebody
they'll
came in
eat
clean.
new rattler population, keeping the numbers down. Really?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, Wickershire says my birds have killed numerous small timber rattlers and ate them. They play tug of war. Yeah, they do like that. They do like they'll my when I had guineas, oh my gosh, they would tear up a full size snake, and they would just converge on it. It's so weird to see, but they would just converge on it, and then one would peck this way and one would peck that way, and it's like, they would distract it so the others could grab it. It was really a team effort. I was amazed at how the chickens and the guineas will do that.
Well, they've been getting some rattlers.
Hey, Connor
that.
Cobalt. Hey, did I miss you? If I missed anybody, I am so sorry.
They
Please
just
say,
came in.
throw a hand up and remind me that I missed you. Because sometimes my chat kind of moves fast. Hey, Christy Betts.
Hey,
Hey,
Christy.
that you recognize this lady, right? For y'all don't recognize her now. Corner Cobalt may not know who she is. This is Kathy
I don't know
from
anybody on here but Christy.
from Living Miracle Homestead. So you're meeting a lot of new people. Yes, she is the one who goaded me. Yes, I can say that. She goaded me into a channel.
Hey, What can I
her
say?
her friend that lives in the neighborhood, Wilma, she bought eggs from me, and she brought her over here one time when she was visiting, and Kathy just straight up said, "Why don't you have a YouTube channel?" I said, "I know nothing about that kind of stuff, and nobody wants to hear me talk. I can tell you, I have nothing interesting." And she, within 10 days, I had a channel. I did, and she's kind of guided me through the whole thing, and she's still teaching me stuff. So yes, this is my friend, and so even though she lives in another state, she does come up here several times a year. So it's nice. Oh, Annabeth says our rooster tore up a frog once. Oh yeah, they're aggressive towards mice and frogs. Yes, it's protein. I think it's because it's protein.
Yes, they'll eat anything. I even give mine. Some people say don't do this, but I give mine raw meat,
Oh yeah,
and I give them cooked
yeah,
meat.
yeah.
They love it. Anything, anything that you cut off the bone or whatever, and you're cooking, and you don't want to use that bone for something, give it to the chickens and let them get the rest of that off there. It's great protein. That's probably why mine chickens lay so much.
Because they're eating protein and they're
Hmm.
not eating those. They don't necessarily need those pellets. If that's all you fed them, they would not forage for themselves because they don't need to.
Yep.
So if you don't give them, I only feed mine once a day, and I give them a little supplement, but I don't give them gobs of it because then they won't forage, and we want them to forage.
Well, even though mine's not foraging, I give them the weeds, the bugs that
Yeah.
I always catch, and I give them meat and stuff like that. So they don't ever have to, I don't ever have to worry about them not getting everything. Literally, mine don't eat all the scrap, what do you call it? Layer food that I
Yeah.
put in there.
Yeah.
There's always layer food left.
When they're leaving it, they don't want it. They don't need
They're
it.
eating the stuff. I
Mhm.
I can put a pile of weeds that tall in my coop, and it's gone in a matter of an hour.
Mhm.
They're eating it all. They're not leaving anything behind.
Those blades of grass, I mean, all of it. Corner Cobalt says, "Nice to meet you, Kathy."
Nice to meet you too.
Um, See, chickens will show you lineage. They can bring out the raptor side when you're least expecting it. Yeah, I can't believe that, you know, and I have some great roosters because I have yard roosters that I have a couple of, I call them my tree huggers. These gals, they get in those trees and you can't get them out unless it's feeding time. And unless somebody's standing there with a net, you're not going to catch them. But they're roosters that stay with them, they protect them, and they'll find worms and they'll cluck and make the hens come over and show them, and they provide food for the hens, so they really protect them, and they'll protect them to the death. You'll see a dead rooster around here before you'll see a dead hen because he's intercepted something. So when I see feathers, it's like I know that he's protected her. So yeah. Let's see. Now let me go see. Let me get to the end of the chat. I think I was catching up. Gummy says, "Thank you, Kathy. Linda has stopped talking, hadn't stopped talking yet, and her lives are so full of information, tips, and many topics from all her followers." Oh,
Well, you know what's funny,
you're my
Donna?
sister. You have to say stuff like that.
You know what's funny though, Donna? I love Linda. We hit it off. Wilma brought me over here to so that Wilma could buy some eggs to take home because her chickens weren't laying or something,
Yeah.
right? And Linda and I just hit it off immediately.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like bam, and we've been friends ever since. So
Yeah, even though you're in different states, that's the one great thing about YouTube. And I've met a lot of really nice people, and some I've met, and some when you meet them, it's like, you've known them forever.
it's
You
kind of
know?
like it's kind of like when you're a kid and you go to camp,
Yeah.
summer camp, and you meet somebody and you're pen pals forever. That's what I feel with.
Yeah, so I mean, whether she never comes into town without stopping. Even if I'm
That's right.
not here, she leaves me little goodies, and I mean, so she never comes into town without thinking about me, so I appreciate that. So, yeah, and I guess, I get in trouble for talking too much sometimes. Wickershire says, "Forever pulling ticks off a goat's ear?" I don't I've had a couple of ticks occasionally on their muzzle, but I've really never had any on the ears, and I don't know why, but
Isn't there a hack for that though? Can't you put Skin So Soft on them?
probably you could probably put yeah, you probably put Skin So Soft that most of the bugs don't like that stuff, you know. But
I don't like it, but
yeah, I don't like the smell of it either.
it makes me
Off
sick
grid
to my stomach.
says our dog gets ticks on his back, ears, annoying. Yes. Now, when we had old Georgia, she would get them underneath her collar where you couldn't see them until, you know, when you saw them they were huge. And but yeah, she'd trape around in the woods, so you do get more ticks. And we have a lot of deer around here, so you have to be careful with the deer ticks.
That's
So
true, Claudette.
yes, I haven't got down to yes, Claudette, that's true. In your lifetime, I've still communicate with friends. Thank
That's
you.
from Donna.
I still communicate with friends that I went to high school with. As a matter of fact, I've had one that she's been on the live stream before, and she lives up in Washington State. And so I've had friends for a long time, but sometimes you just meet people, and no matter what you do, you don't lose contact with each other. So if I didn't have a channel anymore and she didn't either, we would still communicate. So yeah, uh, yeah. See, I have a Gummy Doolittle. I have a cup that says, "I'm laughing because uh, I'm your sister and you can't do anything about it." It's so cute. I don't know where I got that, but I thought that was cute because she can't do anything about it. She's stuck with me. um,
My phone just
Wickershire
died.
says I can't free range here unless I'm out with them. There is family of foxes in it. Oh, a close den, really. Um, Claudette says, "Yeah, me too, and I've made friends on YouTube." Yeah, and you don't have to have content. You can be followers, because I have some that are just followers that are just as sweet as can be, and they're always there to support you. And I'm not talking about money support. I'm just talking about encouragement
Yeah,
support. Because I don't, even though we're rescue, I rarely take money from people, just because we all are having tough times and we need to do what we need to do with our own families. So, yeah. The tick population was a nightmare clearing the land. Oh my gosh, yes. Now that the backyard is open and we only get them when traveling for walks in the woods. Yes. And the thing about ticks for people who live in a very tick populated, our oldest sister, Wanda, she got West Nile virus from tick bites. And um, we did not know that she was onset Alzheimer's, but she was fine one day and didn't know us the next day. And it was very sad. She lived 3 years without us knowing who she was, or her knowing us, even though we were right there with her. And that was from tick bite. She walked every day, uh, probably 10 miles a day. She walked her property and always wore long sleeves and always took precautions, but she still ended up with tick bite. And that was in Oklahoma. They were really bad that year, and this has been many years now. But yes, so I'm always really watchful of ticks, and
they're
we got
super bad in um Kentucky too.
Kentucky.
Remember whenever I came back and I got bit by a tick
Yeah,
and it made me so
you
vile.
can just walk under. I had tick fever once from camping, and I was fine one day, and the next day I I had no motor control. It was rough. I was sick for a couple of days with that. So I'm
I,
always watching about ticks, always.
I had to go to a specialist to
Oh, all this
is that
stuff.
coming up because my I'm hooked to your
It could be, but
computer.
that's okay. Let's see. Annabeth says,
I
"All
had to
clear."
go to a specialist over in Orlando, which is in the middle of the state, because of that tick bite.
Really?
Hmm.
Yeah, it's some serious stuff, and you don't think about it, but some of them can burrow in, and you don't even know until it starts itching, and it's like that's when I notice because then they're itching, and they've already burrowed in and started putting their little poison in us. Let's see. Annabeth says we have to keep our ducks up in our chicken coop at night because we have raccoons, possums. Oh, they're really bad there. That's how one of our ducks got killed. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. Claudette says it's me. Angie says that too. Is this me, Angie, on here? Did I miss her? If you are here, I am so sorry. It I'm trying to read from a distance. um, I got trifocals, y'all. If I'm not sitting really close,
I
then
can't see the. I can't. Well, I can see it, but I
she
can't make it out. It's all blurred
yeah,
together,
she's
all the
cheating. She's
letters.
looking on her phone. She's
I
looking on
can't
the
now.
chat.
It's died.
Oh, now it's died. She's
It's
now
back up again.
she's I've got her on
Let's
the
see.
charger now. Butterfly. Oh, Dorinda says she you're going to drop off. Got company coming. Oh, I'm so glad you came, Dorinda. I'm glad you came. I know it's a different day, and we still have next Wednesday. We have to go to the sale barn again. But y'all, let me tell you while I'm thinking about it, how much our cow weighed. This was a big cow, 2,185 pounds. That was the weigh in. So it was a successful day, and he was the one that was breaking all the fences down. So
I'm
yes,
wondering if things will quieten down now that he's gone.
well, we got three more bulls, probably until we get rid of those three bulls. It won't.
You think they'll keep breaking down right as young as they are?
Yeah, because they were breaking over and going into
Wow.
the neighbor's yard too. So yeah, let's see. So we'll see you again next week, Dorinda. Um, definitely.
Are you going to keep the female cow?
She's pregnant. She's expecting, so we're
Good.
going to keep their heifer until at
Good.
least till she has another calf, and we'll see what we're going to do from there. Um, let's see. I still haven't caught up in the chat. Claudette says, and there's nothing you can do about it. Oh, you're talking about the predators. Oh, hey, Al Chafe. How are you? Is it Chafe or Chafee? It's good to see you anyway. My back step. Um, let's see. Everybody say hi to Al. I think he's the last one that came in. And Christy, we've just been ignoring you. What did you say? A mixture of what do you have? Americana, Orpington, Barred Rocks, Jersey Giants, Golden Comets, and Fat Gordy Birds. I don't know what that is. Don't know what she is. Oh, she's just a big old fat bird, huh? Well, she could be a mix of anything. But you know what? All of those that you've listed there are really good breeds, really good. And I add Dominiques to that because I love the Dominiques. They look a little bit, for those who haven't had barred rocks, sometimes the Dominiques have a little closer pattern than the barred rocks do, but they're really gentle, really gentle. Um, First one, I'm good. Oh, yeah. Okay, and I'm gonna try to catch to see. I got to catch up to. I'm down to finally down to the end of the chat, guys. Um, yeah, how is it in? How's the weather in Canada, Al? Um, I know there's some more rain coming from Birmingham. Um, we're gonna get it tonight. We'll get it tonight. But it's not gonna be bad like it has been. So we're not gonna be soggy down. Oh, you got to go to Annabeth.
Nice meeting you, Annabeth.
You hate to drop off, but had to finish some stuff before tonight. Have a blessed weekend, everyone. Really enjoyed the fellowship and conversation. Thank you. We enjoyed you too, and I'm glad you came. And we'll see you. Oh, Claudette's in Canada too. Yes, that's right. I did remember that, Claudette. Um, let's see, my back step. We're supposed to have a snowstorm here, and the wind is really bad right now. Really. Um, mm, you know what? I probably could take the cold, but it's the cold wind that really just cuts through me. So I would never do well in the cold temperatures at all. I mean, it was 72 when I went to Alaska, and I thought, oh, no, this is my weather. I like this weather. I don't like it any colder. I don't like it any hotter either. But you have to deal with it. Yeah. Uh, Al's in Newfoundland. Is that how you say it? Newfoundland. I don't want to pronounce it like a Southern hick, but Newfoundland. Yes, you too. A 12 centimeters of snow. Is that what that says?
Yeah.
How much is 12 centimeters in inches? 10? I don't
No,
know.
that's like maybe
I don't know how,
5 or 6.
I don't know how to convert that in my head, y'all. Uh
A centimeter's like almost half of a inch.
oh, hey Byron, 12 Stones Ranch. Nice to see you. Um love the big old Newfoundland dogs. Yes. Yes. Um my sister-in-law had a Pyrenees Newfoundland cross, and it was a huge dog. It was like a horse, but the gentlest thing you ever saw. And she lived in the house. But yes, definitely. Claudette says I've met great people in Newfoundland. Oh,
Wow,
I've never been there before.
20 to 40.
I've only been to Ontario and Victoria. That's the only places I've been. Um, and right above Buffalo, and I'm not sure what the name of that was, where that was at, but I was there once also. We're expecting 20 to 40. Oh, inches? Y'all talk centimeters. I'm gonna have to learn how to fix that. Um, let's see what else. Oh wow, you really getting pounded with the snow. Yeah, sounds like Al's gonna spend a lot of time in the house. There's no camping for that, right? um, I- I've met nice people here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But haven't been anywhere else. Oh man, that's good. Golly, look at the time just kind of got away from us, y'all. I can't believe we've been on here an hour and a half. Oh my. I try to do 1 hour just because I know everybody is busy. And I really appreciate everybody coming to say hi. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Isn't that what you say?
Hmm.
Usually Nightbot is on here saying that.
It's been saying it.
It hasn't, so I've
Yep.
been ignoring it. Okay. I won't be visiting anytime soon, Al. Not sure. Not sure the moped and the PVC boat will make it from Tennessee. 2,000 miles. Yeah, that's a long ways. So, yeah, I'll be further than that from Georgia. So, yeah. Elise says, thanks you all. Oh, Elise, anytime you need anything, Elise is my friend from close by.
Thank you, Claudette.
Thanks for all the knowledge. Oh, listen, we're just, we're not professionals. Y'all know that, right? We're not professionals. These are our ideas or our information that we've learned, and sometimes from the school of hard knocks, but and sometimes the internet. But you can never have too much knowledge. You just have to weigh what you get and figure out what works best for you. Definitely, but we try. But yeah, I'm glad everybody came. uh 12 Stone says you'd be proud of me, Linda. I finally uploaded another video. Yay, you did. Well, I'll have to go over and see that. um that's pretty cool. I'm really getting close to giving y'all an update on our remodeling. We're getting very close to getting that bathroom finished, and we've we can actually take a shower and use the bathroom in there now. No flooring yet, but we're working on the last bit of it. Hey, Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. How are you, Susan? Um, so yeah, uh, Ginger said I've been listening while playing with the pups. You put up a new pup video short? Listen, oh Blizz. Blizz is so cute. He's the pure white one, y'all. You gotta see poor little Blizz. Go over to Not For Nothing Homestead and see my former puppies. uh yeah, you guys are all right. Linda is a pro. You think so? Subject matter expert? I don't know about that. I'm just plain old me, y'all. What you see is what you get, and some of it, you know, some of it could be questionable. I don't know. I just do what I can. I really stay too busy. I wished I could stay on the computer more and go to more lives and get involved a little bit more than I do. But if you've watched any of my content, you know that we're very busy here, like a lot of farms, but it just seems like there's always something extra to do. But I'm glad you guys all came in. Now, Kathy does lives. I'll tell you this right now. She does lives Wednesday night at 9 o'clock. And what's your time on Monday?
Monday, I'm changing it to noon.
To noon on
Eastern
Monday.
Standard Time.
Okay. So if you want to see some of her, she's got some beautiful exotic gardens and fruits and oh my gosh, flowers, and so you're going to see a lot. Sometimes you see what's that cooking that you do with the sun?
Solar cooking.
Solar cooking. She does some solar cooking too. So and she's been doing this a whole lot longer than me, so she tolerates me.
Really?
I don't know that much. I really don't. Uh the what does it say? The most unprofessional channel, amusing but a mess. Yes, we are. Thank you. Thank you for the educational vids and projects are coming out to help us do something other than babbling at the squirrels in the trees. Yeah. You know what? If I wasn't doing this, I might be watching the boob tube and wishing I could go outside and do something. So it does keep me from, getting all stove up with arthritis. So yeah, I'm glad. Christy says, "How was the catalog?" Oh yeah, Christy, you missed it. Um, Only one cow would get in the stock trailer. I'm not a professional at that either, and I had nothing to do with it. But the biggest one got in, and we ended up taking him alone because the other ones we couldn't control them. We got three more that we got to take next Wednesday. So this big steer weighed 2,185 pounds. Y'all thought I was teasing when I said he was 2 tons, didn't you? But no, he was that big. So we ended up doing really well. So I've recouped some of my feed bill.
Not much though, because
Not,
they cost a
oh,
fortune to
they
feed.
cost a fortune. And they were eating one big round bale of hay a week. We're talking $80. And I just throw that out there for those non-farmers who don't realize those big round bales are so expensive. The squares are like $6 here, so they're pretty reasonable considering. But
Now,
yeah, they eat a lot.
I'm gonna ask you a crazy question.
Okay.
Do you feel like you get more hay in the bales than the rounds? The
Oh,
rounds don't look like they're squished up enough.
the bales last longer for us with the goats because we don't take the ties off of them. We let them just work at it because if you take the ties off them, they will waste a lot. They'll get on top of them and do all kinds of crazy stuff. But but with the cows, we now have a ring for the big bales. We made a deal with a neighbor that was moving off, and so now we have a ring to put around the big bales, which will keep a lot of the waste down. So hopefully the cows that we still have, and it's good for the goats also. So, but those big rounds, the cows would waste half of the round because once you take the netting off, um, they roll it out. They just trash it. So yeah, we were having a real problem with that. But my 2,000 pound cow is gone. He was breaking all the fences with the help of the younger ones, and I mean, literally, I just couldn't afford to do it. I can't afford to replace it because until they're all gone, then we'll repair all the fences. But we were just rigging them back up to keep them in, and we're really close to a state road. So, and they were getting on the road, and honestly, I'm here by myself a lot, so I couldn't contain them. I told them I'm done with big animals. I can't do. If it's bigger than me, I don't need it. I don't need it. So yeah, what'd you say, Wickershire? I've been to one cattle auction. They took the whole they took the whole family in. I saw my life flash in front of my eyes as they slammed the gates closed and let them run by us protected, run by us protected. Oh my gosh, 6 acres. You read that wrong. I'm the Unpro channel. You're 100% great. Oh, you are something else. You guys are just so nice. Elise says she lets take pictures. Byron says, yes, the hay rings are helpful. They are some hay saving rings that require lifting and settling around the bale on the top. They're pretty nice. Yeah. Uh, Wickershire says, kids were excited and should do it again. Oh, yeah. Listen, auctions are social events. Cattle auctions, goat auctions, any kind of auctions. They're social events. They're fun. Uh, then we thought we were leaving. No, you are so funny, Wickershire. Then they let 900-pound pigs run again. I was terrified. Yes, now those aren't called pigs; those are called hogs, right?
Or a
Hogs.
great big sow.
Big old, and the big sows, I mean, their whole body is long as an open trailer or a horse trailer. They're huge, they're enormous. And the auction we went to, I wanted to take these pigs that I had that were, and they said, oh, those are potbelly pigs. We don't take those, we take hogs. And so I didn't have a hog.
Hmm.
So now I still have 3 pigs on my property because nobody would buy them and nobody would rehome them. They don't want pigs. Uh, Christy says I would love cows, but probably not a good idea with my age. No, and like I said, if they're bigger than you just got to remember, can you control them? So, and I can't control cows. No. Oh, hogs, smaller size of a small car. Yeah, those little electric cars that look like ladybugs, twice that size. They're they're scary.
I love pigs.
And yeah, but you ever been around a hog?
Yep.
Ooh, no. and
It
if they
all
got
depends on whether they're aggressive or
and
not.
if they got little ones and they're aggressive, you definitely want to be higher than them. They won't get up on their hind legs, but you definitely want to climb the fence because you don't want to be there. Ground even shook. Did it really? Yeah. When we took our big bull up to the auction, it went past the window. There's a little window, and I'm standing in their little. It's like a little hallway, and they're checking me in and stuff. And the big bull walks past it. So here's the window, and the bull's up this high. He just looks in the window, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, that's a huge thing. Is he mean?" No, he will. Well, he was a steer. He won't be
Oh,
having babies.
oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but so he could have been mean, but he wasn't. But I don't have enough fence to contain him anymore, and so I couldn't do that. Elise says I'll have. Oh, you have to go. Well, I'm glad that you came in. Yeah, we need to probably go to.
Yeah, we gotta find out if she's gonna have bees.
We gotta
Queen.
find us a queen bee so we can split that hive tomorrow while Kathy's here. A hog screaming on touching the electric fence was enough to send me running too. Yeah, you don't get in their way when they're scared or frightened about anything. It scared the city boy out of me. Really? You're city boy? Oh, well, there's a lot of city boys that have YouTube channels and they've learned a lot now. I was a country girl when I was born, and then I lived in the city for many years, and now I'm back up to a country girl. So I guess this is my lot in life. So yeah. Okay, we're gonna go. I think we entertained you guys enough today. Christy says a neighbor's new cow got out. My dogs had never seen a cow. Really? Well, they can scare dogs, and if they're hurting dogs, the cows, they don't necessarily want to be herded. They can hurt them. So yeah. Oh, thanks, Byron. I appreciate you coming. I'll go and check out your new video. I'm glad you finally got a new one up. Sometimes I have too many, and I know y'all get tired of that. But sometimes it's just you got to share.
You don't have too many.
Oh yeah. Thank you, everybody. We visited a sweet farm couple that adopted me in North Carolina. Lazy Acres Farm. I know that Lazy Acre Farm. Glenn had me a pet. Oh, Pet the Bulls. And had electric fence courage. So we got back in 4x4, and he said, "Okay, I need to turn the fence on now." Oh, thanks, Byron. Sometimes it's just TMI, right? Thanks, Ginger. I'm glad you came, and we'll check out your puppies. We'll check them all out. So next week's live will probably be Thursday again, and I hope I'm not stepping on anybody's toes. I didn't go check, but it's just Wednesdays is going to be a bad one for me next week also. But I still want to say hi and let y'all know what I'm up to. So I'll see you guys next week, and have a good week. Bye. See if I can find a button. Grow where you're planted. Yes. Bye. Bye, Claudette.